And Mark Logsdon now has it, and there's a foul that's going to be called on
Dave Shepard, I believe, Jim.
No, I don't think it was. It was John Knoll. John Knoll picks up his 3rd foul of the game. And Ken Glazer goes to the line again as Knoll overplayed Glazer, and he's shooting 100% from the line. Now he'll try to keep that up, so it'll be a one-on-one situation. East leads by 7. And Glazer puts it through after bouncing off the rim about 4 times. It finally drops. 10 for 10 from the line, Ken Glazer. Second one is up, and he makes it. No doubt about that one. As Miles hurriedly brings it up court, crosses the timeline, and he'll throw it over to Lampkins. Lampkins back to Wiles, across the court to Leaper. Leaper over to Knoll.
East in a zone. They usually don't play the zone real well, but they're doing it tonight.
Knoll to Leaper, and inside to Shepard, puts it up and in. Dave Shepard with a turnaround jumper from 4 feet out, and Leavenworth on the press goes to Jeff Elfeld over to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick slows down for East and throws it out to Jeff Elfeld. Elfeld will swing it inside to Mark Logsdon, who has a little bit of difficulty, but dumps it low to Ken Glazer. Glazer puts it through.
The big reason East is in the lead is Ken's making every one of his shots underneath, and when he doesn't make his shots from there, it costs the team dearly, and he's making every one tonight.
And Leavenworth took the ball down, and Glazer knocked it off. And we'll have a substitution as McQuarters comes in for Lampkins, and it'll be Leavenworth ball underneath East basket as John Knoll inbounds. East in defense over to Leaper. Leaper back to Knoll, and Knoll's fouled by,
I think, Lane Funk.
Lane Funk picks up his 1st foul of the game. And John Knoll will go to the line. Hedrick talking with the coach right now. As Knoll has a one-on-one situation. The East leads by 9, 61-52, 4:33 left to go. Knoll drops it in. Lampkins comes back into the game for, no, he's going to wait, as he obviously is going to replace the shooter. As Knoll studies his 2nd free throw, takes a few dribbles, brings it upstairs, and fires away as it goes in. Now we have the substitution. Lampkins comes in for Knoll. As Knoll, Knoll is perfect from the line tonight, as he is 9 for 9. Glazer inside to Elfeld, back to Glazer. He's gonna dribble it down for East, throws it over to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick down to Logsdon. Logsdon inside to Glazer, and he gets it stripped by McQuarters. Alert play by John McQuarters, as that could have been another easy basket for Ken Glazer. Lane Funk will inbounds as Knoll comes back into the game, this time for McQuarters. And Lane Funk will inbounds for Shawnee Mission East underneath Leavenworth basket. He throws it over to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick back out to Jeff Elfeld. Elfeld dribbling around, and they're in a man-to-man, Leavenworth. Glazer has it, back over to Elfeld. Elfeld dribbles it around, hits Lane Funk on the near side. Funk being pressured by Wiles, bounce past the Logsdon. Logsdon near the top of the key, over to Jeff Elfeld. Elfeld near the top of the key, back over to Lane Funk on the far side, over to Mark Logsdon. Logsdon inside, and it's tipped away by Leavenworth ball player, and it'll be East ball as it goes out of bounds. And Lane Funk will inbounds once again for Shawnee Mission East. There's 3:57 left to play. East leads 61-54. Lane was a key factor in the last Leavenworth game. If it wasn't for Lane, they probably wouldn't have won that one, John. As Lane Funk has it on the far side, over to Doug Hedrick. Back to Lane Funk. Funk looking for somebody to pass to, hits Jeff Elfeld with a cross the lane pass. Elfeld dribbling around, and he bounce passes up to Lane Funk.
Leaper's forcing him to play offense here. As
Lane Funk
D
drives the lane, throws it back out to Logsdon. Logsdon inside to Ken Glazer. Glazer hits with a 2-foot turnaround jumper, and East lead goes back up to 9. Wow, it's over to Lampkins in the corner, who hits. And the referee's gonna call a timeout as his swisher caught the net on the rim. And Lampkins scores as Ken Glazer comes out as Brian Brown comes in. No, excuse me, Brian Brown came in for Mark Logsdon. Elfeld down to Brian Brown. Brown over to Lane. Lane dribbles it around, throws it over to Jeff. And he's fouled. Lane Funk is fouled by Mitch Wiles. So Mitch Wiles picks up his third foul of the game, and Lane Funk will go to the line for the first time tonight. East leads 63-56. There's 3:10 left to go in this ball game. And East is trying to go undefeated in the Sunflower League this year. This would be a remarkable year for Shawnee Mission East basketball, as the girls won over Leavenworth last night. They went undefeated in the league, and if the boys win tonight, they will also go undefeated. Recently, both boys and girls have clinched the Sunflower League title. This could be an undefeated year in Sunflower League play for Shawnee Mission East basketball programs.
They still have to get by Wyandotte for the state championship.
Lane's front end of the one-on-one goes in and out. And Wiles throws it down to Leaper. Leaper dribbling around, hits Wiles atop the key over to Lampkins. Lampkins fakes a drive, throws it out to Dave Shepard. Shepard over to Leaper in the other corner, no good. Rebound to Ken Glazer. Glazer over to Elfelt. Elfelt over to Funk. Funk's gonna dribble up court for the Lancers. He goes right by Lampkins, and he's being double teamed as he bounce passes off to Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt, long pass to Doug Hedrick over to Brian Brown, inside to Ken Glazer, and they didn't call a foul or anything as Leavenworth controls the ball with 2:29 left to play. Mitch Wiles over to Jeff Leaper, will take a long shot from the corner. It goes in, and Jeff Leaper brings East lead down to 5 as Doug Hedrick's gonna take it up for East. Hedrick over to Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt dribbling around, over to Lane Funk. Lane Funk takes it to the side, back out to Jeff Elfelt. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Over to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick dribbles it out, over to Jeff Elfelt. They're running a little bit of a roll, pick and roll right now as it goes over to Brian Brown. Brown back out to Elfelt, 1:54 left. Elfelt over to Glaze, and he gets it down low to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick fires it away, and Brian Brown fouls a Leavenworth player on the rebound, and he'll foul out of this ball game. Brian Brown leaves the game with 7 points, and Mark Logsdon checks in for the Lancers, and that was Greg Lampkins he fouled as Lampkins goes to the line. East leads by 5, 1:49 left to play in this ball game. Dave Wetzler, comes back in for the Lancers. Wetzler and Kelly both in foul trouble, and timeout is called by Shawnee Mission East. Coach Graham would like to talk things over with his players as they only lead by 5. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game, 1:49 to 63-58. 1 point in time, they're up by 11 this fourth quarter, but since then, Leavenworth has narrowed the lead. When we come back, Lampkins will be shooting some free throws. It'll be a one-on-one situation with Greg Lampkins. Already, Leavenworth has missed 3 one-on-one situations, while East has missed 2, I believe. And he goes to the line. This game will come down to the wire, John. Logsdon's in the game. Wetzler's in the game. As Wetzler came back for Lane Funk, who had a brief stint of playing action. Lampkins, one-on-one situation. First one goes up, and it's in. Greg Lampkins puts it through. A crucial free throw goes in, and he narrows the margin to 4. The second one goes up, and it's in. And we'll have a substitution as John McCluers comes in for Lampkins as he does a job for Leavenworth. And now we've got a man-to-man pressure. And Glazer hits Elfelt. Elfelt bounces, passes back to Glazer. Glazer back to Elfelt. Down low, it's hit off of, oh no. As Leavenworth tipped it out, but the referee's gonna give the ball to Leavenworth. And it's gonna be Leavenworth ball as the fans can't believe it. Leavenworth's just simply rejoicing as the referees are talking about it. I'm not sure the referees agree, but they are going to give it to Leavenworth.
I can't believe they're going to call that, Jeff. It clearly went out of bounds, and it clearly changed direction as the ball rolled out of bounds, and that will cost Shawnee Mission East dearly.
And Leavenworth takes a timeout as they're down by 3. There's 1:43 left to play in this ball game. They'll try to set something up. Graham's still talking to the referee, trying to explain the situation to him, what his opinions, and this game will go down to the wire as Leavenworth press worked. So with 1:43 left to play in this ball game, Shawnee Mission East leads 63-60. Leavenworth has the ball out on the side. Anything can happen.
Minute 43, Leavenworth has got the break they need. Now they got to take advantage of it. They're down by 3 with a minute 43 to go. It's still a big task for them.
I'm anxious to see what they do.
I say the winning team's going to score between 65 and 67 points.
I'm not sure what is going to happen here, as they'll probably want to get to either Leaper or McQuarters on an outside shot, maybe from 15 feet up on the side, as Knoll inbounds to Wiles.
Pioneers are good at forcing action. Let's see what happens.
Wiles takes it down, and East sets up in a zone. It goes over to Knoll, and Knoll traveled. As the referee calls traveling on Leavenworth, and it'll be East ball out on the side as East gets a break. Glazer throws it over to Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt being double teamed, back over to Ken Glazer, and he's fouled. Elfelt is fouled by John Knoll. East gets the break they need. Knoll gets his 4th foul of the game, and Jeff Elfelt goes to the line.
So the breaks turn Shawnee Mission East's way.
Elfelt
goes to the line.
One-on-one situation. These are key free throws. He's got to make them. Pressure situation for Jeff Elfelt. As East crowd is on its feet, and Lampkins comes back into the game for McQuarters. Elfelt with a one-on-one situation. This is it, John. 1:34 left to play. He needs to extend the lead. He releases, and it's in. Jeff Elfelt with a perfect swish responds to the pressure. East up by 4. Another big free throw for Shawnee Mission East. He studies it. Second one is through. Jeff Elfelt with 2 perfect swishes. When the Lancers desperately need him, and Rich Wiles hurries it up the court for Leavenworth. Goes over to Lampkins. Lampkins to Knoll, and Knoll puts it in as Mark Logson can't believe it. And John Knoll puts it through. East leads by 3 once again. There's 1:19 left to play. And what was going to be timeout is no longer timeout, and it's East ball underneath as Ken Glazer has it with a man-to-man pressure. Glazer throws it out to Doug Hedrick. Hedrick over to Dave Wetzler. Down, Wetzler is traveling. They're going to call traveling on David Wetzler.
Logston was wide open, Jeff, under the boards there.
Yes.
If Wetzler could have just looked up in time, he'd have had it to
He was wide.
Log
Right.
for 2 points.
And Wiles takes up court for Leavenworth over to Leaper. Leaper drives to the baseline. He throws it inside to Shepard. Shepard puts it up. It's in. David Shepard brings it down to 1. Over to Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt down the court to Mark Logsden. Logsden over the corner to Wetzler. Back out to Logsden.
56 seconds to go.
Logsden's being pressured, and he's fouled by Lampkins. Greg Lampkins picks up his 4th foul of the game. Mark Logsden goes to the line. There's 52 seconds left to play. He'll have a one-on-one situation, and here's where the free throws really start to count, John.
Yeah, it's not going to cost the Pioneers that much if Log misses one of them, because they're going to have plenty of time to tie it instead of letting the Lancers maybe run it down to 14 seconds and have to do something drastic.
Coach is going to talk things over with Leaper as Logsden will go to the line. East leads 65-64, 52 seconds left in this ball game, and Logsden puts it through with a perfect swish. Logsden responds to the pressure. As Mark Logsden
This is the big one now. They got to make this.
And Leavenworth calls a timeout to let him think about it a little bit. Logden, East leads by 60. East leads 66-64. 52 seconds left to play. Logden's got a key free throw when he comes back. And Coach Graham's going to talk about some defensive plays that East will have to defend against Leavenworth when they take the ball down the court. As last time Leavenworth brought the ball down the court, they effectively got it inside to Dave Shepard, and he put it through.
I don't understand the defense Ken Glazer's playing. He let him get right there. Glaze could have come up on him. I guess he didn't want to foul him.
He didn't want to foul to bring the tie. That was it. Which may have been smart in retrospect.
Good adjective. Okay. So.
And the buzzer sounds. Logden will go back to the free throw line. It'll be Lampkins, Leaper, Knoll, Wiles, and Shepard in for Leavenworth. Same five back in for East, except for Bill Kelly, who's now into the ball game.
Bill's not seeing as much action as the Lancers have more depth now with Logston back. 52 seconds to go. Stay tuned, folks.
One more shot.
Richard Whitehead has a scoreboard show after
One more shot for Logden. It's through. Mark Logden responds once again. Perfect swish. And Wiles takes it down the court for Leavenworth.
He's got to shoot it from there. He should.
I don't know. He throws it over to Lampkins. Lampkins inside the Knoll. And he bounces it off of Glazer's leg. And they'll have the ball underneath East basket with 43 seconds left to play. And he throws it outside to Wiles. Wiles has it. Looks around. Throws it over to Lampkins. Lampkins with a corner shot, no good. Rebound, Mark Logden. Logden's fouled on the rebound. And that was a key rebound by Mark Logden. He's fouled by Greg Lampkins, and that'll be all for Greg Lampkins. He comes out of the game with, he fouls out of the game with 7 points in the game. And Mark Logden back for some more pressure free throws. McCorder's coming back in for Leavenworth. That was a kind of a dumb shot for Lampkins to take, John, as he threw up about a 22-footer from the corner.
Well, Wiles brought it down. He had a high post jump shot right there, and he should have taken it because it was a better percentage shot, and he would have had a lot more time in the event he didn't make it.
That's for sure. And so Logden, with one-on-one situation, throws it up. It's in. Mark Logden showing he's a pressure player, as he did so in the South game earlier this season, as he put about a 20-25-footer in.
I still say it's a 20-footer.
Well, whatever, it was a pressure shot.
That's true.
The second one goes in. Mark Logden, East up by 5, 33 seconds left, and Wiles brings it up court for Leavenworth. Inside to Shepard, and it'll be a foul on, who are they going to call it on? They're going to call it on David Wetzler. I thought Wetzler was set, but it'll be a position foul. Wetzler will go out of the game, and Doug Hedrick will come in. Wetzler fouls out. He didn't have any points tonight, but played some good defense. So David Shepard will go to the line for Shawnee Mission for Leavenworth. Looked like Logden was in the huddle with him there for a second, but I'm not sure. So Shepard will probably want to make the first one and then probably throw the second one off the backboard if he can to make it a three-pointer maybe. First one up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound, Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt hands off to Mark Logden. Logden over to Ken Glazer. Glazer up court. He dribbles it down, controls. Back over to Mark Logden. 18 seconds left. East is going to win this one. Bill Kelly has it. Back over to Mark Logden. Logden to Jeff Elfelt. Elfelt to Logden. Logden is fouled by Jeff Leaper. There's 8 seconds left in this ball game. East is leading 69-64. They will win it. They will go undefeated in the league. And this has been some year for Shawnee Mission East basketball, John.
Undefeated in Sunflower League with both the boys and girls varsity. Incredible. Who would have believed that they were picked last in the preseason polls?
Certainly not I.
And they believed in themselves. They knew they'd do it from the start.
And Logden puts it through, showing he's not ready to give up. East leads by 6. There's 8 seconds left to play. And Leavenworth calls its last time out. Everybody's happy. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of rushing on the court after this game. And the crowd is chanting, "We're number one," and they certainly deserve it, as this Lancer team deserves it. All 7 seniors playing exceptionally well this season, along with some play from sophomores and some key plays from junior Doug Hedrick. And the fans are now telling Leavenworth to go home. The East is up by 6, 8 seconds left. Logs, and with the pressure off, will go back to the line. He's 5 for 5 in this 4th quarter from the free throw line.
Leavenworth, a good team, as they'll do well at regionals and showing a lot of class on the court tonight, Jeff. They got to hand it to them. Good shooting, good plays, and they conduct themselves very well.
They'll be the #1 seed in their regionals, John.
So Pioneers class act.
As Logsdon puts it through. 6 for 6 in the 4th quarter. Wiles goes it down to Leaper. Leaper from the corner. It's up. No good. Gets his own rebound and puts it in with the buzzer. Jeff Leaper puts it through. East wins 71-66. That's all for Shawnee Mission East season. They will go throughout this entire season with only 2 losses, undefeated in Sunflower League play, and truly a remarkable season for both the boys and the girls. Both the boys and girls have only lost 2 games this entire season. Again, I hope everyone stay tuned for regional action next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here at Shawnee Mission East Gymnasium for both the boys and the girls, where both the boys and the girls will have to get past 2 tough Wyandotte teams to make it into the state final. And wave hi to you folks watching back home.
And we'll be there with both, not only the boys, but the girls Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with regional action. And as the Lancers try to go to state.
Should any Lancer team go to state, we will be there to cover it live, of course, as East victorious over their season. The fans are happy. East is happy, and I'm sure Coach Graham is happy in his last year as Shawnee Mission East head coach.
He'll be going to Kansas City, Kansas Community College as, I guess, hey, let's have Rich Whitehead now with the scoreboard show, eh?
Take it away, Rich.
Okay, thanks, John. East wins it 71-66. And here's what happened in the game. In the first quarter, the Lancers combined outside shooting and inside scoring from Ken Glazer to take a 20-16 lead. Leaper for Leavenworth has 8 points in the period, but Glazer for the Lancers leads with 9 points in the first quarter. The second quarter turns into a vicious battle with East on top by 1 at the end of the half. Glazer adds 8 more tallies to make him the leading scorer with 17. Knoll is the hot man in the second period for Leavenworth with 8 points, and East is leading at the end of the first half by a score of 35-34. The balanced scoring attack of the Lancers in the third quarter helps East take a 53-46 lead. Elfelt leads the scoring with 6, and Brown and Logsdon both have 4 points. Knoll is the high man for Leavenworth with 5 points. In the fourth quarter, it was a very tough battle right into the end. Seesaw, it was getting very close, 63-60, when Mark Logsdon got fouled 3 times and shot 6 consecutive free throws to put it away, and East wins it by a score of 71-66. For East in the scoring department, it was Glazer, another big night. He had 9 points. It was Logsdon with 13 points. Jeff Elfeld had 12 points on the night. Brown had 9, and Kelly 6 points. Van Hedrick had 2 on the night, and he played a lot, especially for being a junior. For Leavenworth, the high man was Knoll. He's the captain. He had 19 points. Leaper, 18. 10 for Shepard, 7 for Lampkins. Jay McCorder had 6 points, 2 for Wiles, and 4 for Fennell. Okay. Tonight also the JV team played, and they defeated Leavenworth also by a score of 67-45. That boosts their record to 6-10, and Leavenworth dropped 8-8 with that one. One of the best victories for East all year. got a few briefs that are going on around at East in sports. Ken Erickson qualified for state last weekend in placing 4th in the 126 weight class at the sub-state. That was at Leavenworth High School. Larry Wilkinson also competed in the sub-state wrestling meet, but he did not qualify for state. Also, the Lady Lancers record now stands at 16-2 as they defeated Shawnee Mission South last Thursday, 66-47. They also beat Leavenworth Tuesday night. The girls are the Sunflower League champions also for the first time. Okay, so East wins it by a score of 71-66. They go 12-0. They go 12-0 in the Sunflower League. And their total for the year is 17-2. The next broadcast will take place next Thursday night. It'll be here at East as we're hosting regionals. We'll be taking on South to see if we can go on to play Wyandotte and then also on to state. So for now, this is Richard Whitehead on behalf of the entire PVTV crew saying so long and thanks for watching.